Hey, Darren. What's up, bruh? What's up? Oh, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Hey, Jelly Bee. I haven't forgotten about you, girl. Life has been insane, and I just can't cope right now. Hey, Richie. What's up, Richie Yeller? Yeah, well, you know, did we make up? No, it became a sleepless night is what it became. So, no, you know, here's the thing. It's hard, you know, when somebody doesn't see something, right? Like, we're just at an impasse with, as far as, he doesn't think he did anything wrong. I'm trying to tell him, you know, you do, patronizing me. You don't think you're just, well, I'm just, you know, so we just go around in a circle. So we're never gonna agree on certain things. And so, it is what it is. You know, that's what happens in marriages. It happens with friendships. It happens with whatever. You don't always have to agree on the same things. So he said he kept watching it and he didn't see anything wrong. So I can't, you know, at that point. It is what it is. It is what it is. And so unfortunately, because our life is so publicized, and I do what I do, and he just, you know, he said, well, you can do a troll here and there. And I said, that was my first troll. You were bored. I said, well, let's get it started. So I scrolled back to the comment to get into character, and then I got swiped at the knees. I got Tanya Harding. So it is what it is. I try to explain that. He doesn't see it that way. I don't see it his way. So here we are. Hung jury. Anyhow, marriage. That's marriage. Hi, Sean. So I just got a pedicure, so we're good. No, he doesn't. And he's like, and then you stormed off. I said, because I wasn't going to do that. Like when you make me feel a certain way in front of people and chastise me. Nope, not going to do it. Anyhow, so unfortunately, you know, when you have two people in social media with two different platforms, and, you know, Dan is the peacekeeper. I don't want a fucker. I already have one myself. But speaking of fucker, Lynn wants to go to Vegas, but she's not going to go if you don't go. So you better get your ass there. Yes, and that's how I felt, Jilly, but he doesn't see it that way. So it is what it is. So I just want to be able to respond when I want to respond. I don't have to worry about him saying enough, you know. And he's so protective over his accounts, you know, and so I get it. But you can't say you can be you, but just don't be you. I don't want to get violations. So what do you do? What do you do? Lady Locks, I have no clue. I'm not in charge of the room thing, but you call, see if you can, and whatever, we can always add more. Yeah, but we've been fighting about this. We've been fighting about this for the last 2 years. We've been on social media, so I don't think it's gonna change. Yeah. So, Jilly B, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you. I struggle with talking to you guys, right? Every day. I tell you guys how you should be, not to let people trample on you. Your feelings are valid. It's our reaction sometimes that's not valid and creates issues. I can't continue to play into those things. For me, right? I hold myself accountable when I talk. What I tell you guys, I do the same thing for myself, right? So I'm not gonna allow that. If my feelings are gonna be hurt because he doesn't take a stand, I don't know how you see all the negative, because there's so much. And you're yelling at me for poking at a couple? Well, you're angry. No, I wasn't angry. That's how I get into character. And he was telling me that I was angry. I wasn't angry. I was getting into character. No, you were angry. If you weren't angry, I would have let you go. I know you better than you. So now you're telling me how I feel? And that's what I tell you guys. Don't allow others to tell you how you feel. When I'm telling you that wasn't the case, you were triggered, obviously. You triggered me. I blew up because of you. I was having fun with the troll. You know what I mean? So, but don't tell me how I felt in that moment. Well, you're not being truthful. Oh, God, I hate that. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell you the truth, but you don't want to listen. You see it your way. So it is what it is. He obviously doesn't understand how I am, right? What I do, how I get in character. He was sitting there, people were like, you're so quiet tonight. And he said, well, I'm just trying to let the beer kick in. I'm not blah, blah, blah. I saw a comment that went by 20 minutes ago. So I said, all right, let's kickstart it. Let's kickstart it. I went back 20 comments to kickstart it. And then I got attacked. So, I can't win. I don't mind. Well, is it because you thought I was angry? Or is it because you don't like me talking to trolls? You can't have it both ways. I don't mind if you do it once in a while. Okay, well, we just started the live. I was getting in character, So it is what it is, right? Case in point, I told my moderators not to block anybody today. I said, you know what? Let's do it. So you guys don't interact with the idiots. Let them continue to be idiots, be scumbags, assholes, and so on and so forth. Hi, Arnold. So, so you're not on the group chat. So don't reply to anybody unless I had enough of somebody, and then I'll tell you guys, all right. But let's play Dan's game, right? Let's play Dan's game. The trolls will stop if you don't respond to them. So let's do it. Hey, how are you? Good. Always stay strong. I know. You can do it on my videos, but let's just fuck them today. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it is. Stash, it's something that is just part of my fun facts. So Ed was great last night. He was amazing. So that's one thing I told you guys. That is one thing I told you guys. I know you guys are gonna start twitching and shit. I'm sure there'll be a couple kills, but y'all be fighting and shit. Yes, despite everything, Grandpa was awesome. So I ended up having a great, I can't talk. Jen, I'm on a live. I'll have to call you back. What? Okay, bye. Wait. Just do what later? Anyhow, so some of you are saying, what's the noise? The fan, maybe? But there's nothing different that I haven't done every day. Yes, his words were fucking amazing. So what was so wonderful is the fact that, you know, we need to remember that date, June 10th, and have everybody who says exploitation, send him to that video. Let him see. It sounds like I have tap shoes on. Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't know. You guys, if I can't use my fan, I'm gonna die. Is that better? So I'll just sweat it all out. So it was June 10th. So June 10th and February 15th. So if you want, so you still hear it? Y'all, I have no idea. So Tracy says it sounds the same to her. So, I think it is the fan. Move it away. No, yeah, not better. Okay, so, I don't know. The phone is bouncing. No, it's like literally up against the thingamabobber. The fan is on. Is that better? Everything is like pressed up against. I don't know. It stopped. Well, oh. MJ said it's worse on YouTube. There's nothing loose. Oh shit, I don't know. You guys, I can't. This is me. I'm not gonna not run. So if it bothers you, go in, try a different app. I don't know. No, the treadmill belt's the same. I don't know. It's my labia slapping, y'all. I can look past it. Now y'all have me all flustered. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Shit. June 10th. Ed. Great conversation last night. He was basically, in his way, saying, you know, he knows about the recordings. I do a good job with my job. And this, he was pointing at the social media stuff. I work hard, doing what I do, knowing that I do it a good job. How proud he is, pretty much. And that I'm a hard worker, like he always says. And that, you know, he's known me since I was little. And it hasn't been easy. Blah, blah, blah. And basically how, you know, we do what we do. We live together. We may not have, you know, always be arm in arm and agree on everything, but basically we do it. We take care of it, and we keep going. You know, it's pretty fucking cool. It was pretty fucking cool that he was able to talk about that. You know, that he was able to basically show all the idiots that he's aware, right? It just gets lost sometimes. But he's aware of what's happening around him. He knows what I'm doing. He appreciates me for who I am and what I'm doing, right? He appreciates the social media. He said it, you're good at this. You do this every day, right? You put your hard work into it, and it's great. I said, you're famous. He said, well, and he points to the screens. And I said, yeah. Because we put you there. He goes, yeah. Yeah, he's known me for a long time. And that does, he always says this little, So he's rich, and that's one of the things that I tell everybody every day. It's in there, right? He doesn't always remember, right, who my mom is, or, exactly that I was with him, but he literally knew at 5, he always says, I knew you when you were little. He has a ton of respect for me, and he should, he should. What I lived through, and he says, it wasn't always easy. What do you think he's referring to when he says that? What do you think he refers to? He knows our relationship was tumultuous. It was tough. He knows that. I had 11 followers. Oh, Tucker, that's good. So yes, that's pretty fucking cool. He's acknowledging that he knows, and look what I'm doing today. Look what I'm doing today. It's not easy, I think so, Bonnie. I think he makes up for that. I do. I believe so. Because I think he knows. Again, it's in there. But it doesn't change the stress, right, of still caregiving every day. It's tough. It's hard. It puts a toll on me. It sure as hell does, on top of everything else that I'm doing. So, doesn't make it any easier. And that's the thing for caregivers. We wouldn't change, it's like one of those weird dichotomies, right? We wouldn't change it for the world, but it doesn't take away from living in it, in reality, right? He's given me a great platform. Dan and him have given me a great platform, but it still doesn't take away the struggles I have every day. Sometimes I just want to be left a fucking alone by everybody, right? But you can't. I need to be able to get my mind right, but I don't have the time to do it because I'm busy. So people always want to say, be thankful. You're going to miss it when it's gone. Who said I wouldn't? Who said I wouldn't? But living in reality of it is daunting. It's tiring. It crushes me, right? I am developing anger towards the others, right? It's not rational, or maybe it is. I don't know, because I'm here every day, right? I'm here every day doing it. Nobody calls and says, Danielle, thank you. Oh, you showered my dad now? That's great. Are you okay? Are you okay? No, they don't care. Nobody cares. But we do. And that's why we're doing it. But it still doesn't take away our feelings. It still doesn't take away the struggles, the frustration. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean I wouldn't want to do it, but a little bit of help. Hey, would you and Dan like to go, do something? Hey, I appreciate you guys. What about Dan? They don't even do it to Dan, Out of sight, out of mind. And that's how most families are, unfortunately, in this realm. Yes, it makes me angry. And I remember some of you coming on early, and I preached to you, and I said, y'all, you can't get angry at the people who don't want to do it. And I know that in my heart. But now that I'm full-time and I don't get a break, you start getting frustrated. And that frustrated frustration turns into anger, right? Because you got to lash out at somebody. So I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can, you know? Nobody thinks, you know, and if I shouldn't say nobody, because some of y'all have different relationships than I have, where you're in tune with the emotional stress of what's happening. Nobody asks, you know, if I'm okay. Nobody, not even my kids. I'm not sometimes. I'm not okay. And most caregivers are not okay. We just do what we gotta do to get through today and care for the ones we love, right? So that's reality. That's the reality of caregiving. Whether you don't want to see it or not, I can't help that. So, hi Amber, how are you? Could there be a little jealousy? For what? For me? No. I just think, no, Sammy, why? It's not worth it. It wouldn't work. I'm married to the brother. They're all the same. Everybody takes you for granted. You know, I told Dan last night, I said everybody takes you for granted, especially somebody like me, right, who enables everybody in your house. I enable my husband. I enable my kids. How do you deal with someone being married to somebody who has to be a caregiver? Well, did you go into the marriage knowing they were going to be a caregiver? And if so, that's on you. Now, if it happened along the way, that's something you guys needed to talk about and come to an agreement. So anyhow, yeah, it's frustrating. I'm frustrated, you know? Yes, I have some great things that have come of it, but it doesn't always balance out, you know? It doesn't always balance out, and that's okay. I talk about these emotions. I talk about these feelings because I know what you guys are going through, right? I know what you guys, I feel it. I live it. I know it. These last 9 months I've had at full time has been hard. It's been hard on me. It's been hard on me. Emotionally. Physically. I told you all my drinking has gone up. It's hard. There are signs there. I've asked for help, right? How many of you ask for help and still don't get it? You know, it's been there. I say things, right? You guys do the same thing. Nobody hears, right? Nobody hears because it's not on their plate. Your brother-in-law will stay with you, drag you. Yeah. That's the reality, right? That's the reality. It's not an easy one to, and all the while, right? And all the while trying to cope with my own mental illness, my being in this perimenopause, you know, and people not taking the time to understand that I also have this battle going on internally, right? Women who are my age, we all have this fucking battle that is going on in our system, our bodies, and we are doing everything and still trying to keep our heads above water. Perimenopause, for most of us, is a horrible experience. Perimenopause is a fucking beast of its own. Perimenopause It's hard sometimes to keep a fucking smile on my face. How do we do it? I don't know. I just keep trudging. Like Nemo. Just keep going. What did he say? Because that's how I've learned, right? That's how I've learned how to cope my whole life. My mom always said, nobody will take care of you. You need to take care of yourself. Just keep swimming, yeah. And she taught me that every time, my whole childhood. Take care of yourself. Don't rely on any man to make you happy. Don't rely on any man to take care of you. Don't rely on any man to understand you, right? Find somebody compatible, somebody you love. But in the process, always remember, you take care of yourself. You take care of yourself. I'm gonna cry. Last night, I cried. I looked up and I said, God, I need you. You know, God, I need you. I need your words. I need your wisdom. I need to know how you coped through this perimenopause, and I know how she coped alcohol, and then she died. Love on your mamas, you know, because when you're in these moments of conflict, internal conflict, right? Who's the one person you want to talk to, right? Who's the one person? Your mom. That never goes away. I sat and had a long conversation, and I was begging. You know, people say, do you pray? No, I don't. Sorry, I don't. I talk to my mom. I talk to my family. Give me something. Last night it was just my mom. I said, I need you. Give me something, you know? Give me some dream. Come to me, let me know I'm gonna be okay. You know? She didn't come. Fuck. But these are the moments, you guys. These are the moments of caregiver dread, overwhelmingness, frustrations, and then trying to keep a smiley face through it all. Oh, I'm fine. I'm okay. If anybody wants to know, I'm getting through it. I always do. It sucks. It sucks. I know, you guys, this is it. I told you, I promised you, I will share with you the real shit, right? The things that every caregiver is experiencing. Or exhaustion. It's not just caregiving. People failed to see that it's not just caregiving. It's everything else you're trying to keep in line while caregiving. And you just want a fucking break. You know? Yeah, Anina. It's hard, right? And now you're like, what do I do? What do I do, right? It's that weird dichotomy where there's a little bit of peace and missing, right? You have to have some peace. But now it's like, what do I do with all of this peace? You know? Oh, lady. I know. I would be so happy when I But also, I know, Kelly, and that's why I tell you guys these things. I'm not ashamed to show my vulnerabilities, right? I'm not ashamed to tell you I'm struggling too. Some of you say, God, you make it look so easy. Yeah, because I've done that my whole life. Doesn't mean on the inside, right? I'm the same way on the outside. I miss my fucking mom, you know? I miss my mom. And in these times when you're, you know, like, I want to know what her experiences were like with perimenopause. You know, what did she feel like? I don't get those moments with her, you know? And then 2 seconds later, when I'm having these weird thoughts, I got, where's Bill? Fuck. Where's Bill? In Canada. In Canada? Ugh. I don't want to fucking talk about Bill. Where are my keys? Yeah, me too, Nicole, because my mom taught me that. It was ingrained. I think what happened is hormones are going wild, Sally, and you know, you can take all of the pellets and estrogen and everything you want, it still doesn't make it perfect, you know? Many times I got angry. Yeah, so overwhelming. I know, Denise. I know. Yeah, Mike, I know. It's so hard. So, I just received a follow request. I know. I don't know. I've also been told there's a new account on YouTube. I can't find it. So, I can't find it. The repetition is hard. The talking super loud all day long gets tiring. It's tiring. So anyhow, just so you know, my sprinkler guy is going to come pretty soon. So I'll still stay on, but I'll have to show him a couple of places. So, yeah, you do what you do, you guys. It's not like, you know, you can go away for, you know, a couple hours and be revived, you know. And that doesn't happen. It gives you a momentary breather. And then you literally walk in the door and you're like, fuck. You know, you hear it. Because I know the time of day. I look at the clock and I'm like, fuck. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Love you, girl. So I'm here to share, you know, I'm here to just work through my own shit, right? And I kept Mom, I had to work. I know, it's hard. And Dad at the grave yesterday. Oh, yeah, it happens. It happens. I've been crying till about 1 a.m, feeling so lost, feeling so conflicted, overwhelmed, with myself, with my situation. And I've been telling you guys, I have felt that way for a long time, right? It's not that something has just happened, right? People always say, well, why all of a sudden? It's not all of a sudden. It's a cumulative, right? I've had Ed 9 months now with not very many breaks, right? Not much help outside of, you know, Dan and I ping-ponging off of each other. But does that really help? Come on. You know, I'm struggling with my own fucking shit. I can't even deal with my own shit because I've got everything else to do. Now, like Dan said, well, you would be outside doing shit anyway, right? It might be true because that's my stress mechanism. When I don't stop from morning to night, that's me trying to cope, trying to deal with the inner turmoil. That's me struggling. That's me trying to make sense of my life. you know, my purpose, my hormones, my loss. No, I'm not okay. Have I ever been? Probably not. But we all have our moments where it just gets daunting and bad. I'm here. My mom's been gone for 18 years. You know? Yeah, Goodman, I think that would be good for you. I think what I'm gonna do, October, I'm planning on going to Nashville in October. My cousin is getting married in Italy in July. I don't know. I can't go. But I promised her I'd be there in October when they celebrate for everybody that couldn't go or wasn't invited to the wedding. They're doing a small thing with close family and friends. So I will definitely be going to Nashville to spend some family time. I need it. My little brother and I have decided to add our siblings' name back to our parents' headstones. Oh my gosh, Lake Lady, I love that. Life is too short, William. If anybody knows that, it's me, losing my parents so young. Yes, Denise, I don't know. It just depends on Ed at that state. It depends on Ed. My kids really want to go. I know that. But, you know, it just, the unknown, you know, 5 months down the road is the unknown. I can't, you know, we're just kind of, what's going to happen? You know, is he going to be able to be left alone? Would Dan be feel comfortable? I don't know. I'm definitely going. So I am, yeah, Jade, women, right, are very similar. Women are very similar. I mean, we have the same body parts, we have hormonal shit. Not all the hormonal shit is the same, but I can guarantee some of our hormonal shit is pretty perpendicular to one another. Sometimes we have the same experiences with our spouses. And I think it's, you know, it's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's just kind of how we were born. I mean, I think it's in our wiring for most women anyway. I mean, I'm always worried, right? I'm always worried during my sleep. I wake up, like I didn't go to bed. I was up and down all night long till about 1 o'clock. And then I think I was up at 5. I heard what Andrew was doing up at 5. I thought maybe he was going fishing, but I heard him arguing with Grandpa. Yeah, and then I kind of felt toss and turn. I'm in no sleep. So we are, remember, going to Vegas next month, so that'll be a good little jaunt. I think it's important to do those things a lot because it's daunting. It's called Danielle. I tried to look it up, Jazz. So I will pull it up. They just added more videos. Danielle Parselinger. I tried to do that last night at like 12 a.m. So, yeah. Yeah, you know, Father's Day is coming up and they'll celebrate at Dan's sister's house this Sunday. I will probably take a moment for myself. I celebrate Ed every day. And so I will probably just use that time to unwind. You know what I mean? I know Josh can't go on Sunday to her house because he's on call. So we're going to do something, I think, just for us so Josh can spend some time with his dad. So maybe we'll do that Saturday. And then Rocky can spend time with her dad on Sunday. So, oh my gosh, I think my kids had Wingstop the other day. But yeah, you know, Dee, I mean, the casino's great, right? I mean, that's the only thing that really, you know, other than flying somewhere and being away, the only thing that really takes my mind off of the monotonous shit. But, you know, you still come home to it, you know? I mean, that's one of my favorite things to do. So, anyhow. Yes, for 22 years by yourselves. I know, Marianne. That's why I talk the way I talk. You know, that's why I tell you guys these things. You know, when I started this journey talking about showing y'all, you know, my side, I was so afraid to make a mistake. I was so afraid to say the wrong thing. I was so afraid to show the truth for the fear that I would get ridiculed and berated and eviscerated, right? Well, shit, that happens no matter what. So I just felt like the more we talked and the more a lot of us have bonded and gotten familiar with each other, and the respect is there and the caring and the love, you know, I felt more of a need to listen to you guys and see that my next journey in this is going to help you guys, right? Not hiding the pain, not hiding the truth, not hiding the feelings, the situations. You know what I mean? Not hiding those things, because I know it helps you guys and it helps me vent too. If you choose to keep it home, it's on you. You can't complain. Janice, I'm sorry you have my mom's name with such ugliness and hurt in your words. It's a shame for me actually to see that, but I'm not complaining, Janice. You know, I wish people like you would keep your ears open. I wish you guys would listen and actually hear what I'm saying instead of jumping to the conclusion that I'm complaining. I'm helping others who are doing this. We choose to keep them out of love and out of respect for each other's spouses. Right? I'm sure you're a perfect, noble, prized citizen who sits in your house and doesn't talk about your woes, your frustrations, your sadness. But I choose to do it to help others. I want others to know that I'm here. I want others to know that I understand them. I see them. I feel them. It doesn't mean you don't have stress in your fucking house, Janice. I have stress with my husband. I have stress with my kids. I have stress with my animals. I want people to know me too, because people look at people on social media and they think, God, they have it so easy. They make everything look so great. Guess what? We're human. We have feelings. We operate just like everybody, and everybody has their way of doing their platform. This is my platform. I choose to talk about the things I want to talk about for my friends. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. And don't dignify it with, oh, I took care of my mom and my dad. Don't, ooh, okay, I'm sure you did. Because anybody who truthfully does that, Janice, doesn't have anything negative to say about the true caregivers who are showing raw emotion. Are you a robot? Because every fucking caregiver who I know who does it full time sheds tears. They have compassion. They have empathy. They have feelings. They have frustration. Open your eyes. Open your ears. And learn a little bit of common decency. Anyhow. So, that's it. I have nothing more to say. Then, you know, y'all have a choice. I do too, Nat. I hope so. I hope, like I said, I had a comment yesterday. I think it was on the day before his live, and it was her name was Deb. I don't remember what her other handle name, but I know. She said, you know, Danielle, I wasn't a big fan of you at the beginning. I wasn't. But I stuck around, I paid attention, I listened, and now I understand you. And now I appreciate what you share, I appreciate what you show, and I appreciate your words. Hello? That's why I do it. I'm not here to win over any friendships. I don't give a shit. My life is too complicated. I can barely keep up with the friends that I have. I'm just here to tell my story. I'm here to tell my story for those people who want to listen to it. You know, trolls will never go away. I know that. But why can't I have fun with their words, with their actions, of somebody who would never say that to my face? Why can't I have fun? Why do I get judged by having fun? I get called a hypocrite. No, I'm not attacking people unless they attack me. And at that point, I have boundaries. I try to show you when I put my boundaries up. Last night was a huge boundary for me. Nope, not gonna do it. I say, the one thing I say every day, those fucking trolls, I don't think about them. Do I get frustrated sometimes? Absolutely. When the fires don't stop, right? And I'm still trying to catch my breath from the first 20 slings of shit in my face, right? I get frustrated and then I just get off. Or I respond to them because that's my coping mechanism. Why is that so wrong? It's my personality. I won't change me. It took me a long time to get here, and I like me. I like me. And that's okay if I don't fit into your life. That's okay if I don't fit into what you think is appropriate. It's okay if you don't like the way I handle things or my personality. Again, find somebody that you appreciate and stop being a jackass. Stop being a jackass. Stop bullying and harassing. Social media is what it is. It's here for entertainment, socialization, teaching, lessons, you know, whatever. I've learned so many things on. It's not part of being validating your fucking assholeness. You know, people, well, you put your life on. Yeah, I put my life on to people who want to share it with me. Not for being attacked every day for who I am and who I respect and love. Because it took me 50 years to get here. And by golly, I've had so many bumps in the road, but I'm proud of me. I want my family to be proud of me, regardless if I offend some people or not. I'm a hard fucking worker. You know, I put my life into my family. Obviously. I took in my husband's father. For who? It wasn't for me. It was for him. I've sacrificed a lot. And we all do. That's part of marriage. But fuck. Once in a while. Once in a while. It is what it is, you guys. And I just express that shit because, once again, I know, I see, I feel, so you must be, unless you're a robot, like Janice is, who took care of her family, her mom and her father, and didn't complain. That I would like to see. That I would definitely like to see. So, anyhow, that is why I address the trolls, you guys. Again, it's to try to spread awareness, right? It's to try to spread awareness for people's behaviors, their actions, and the way they treat people. Because, you know, I'm trying to teach boundaries to all you guys, to myself. You know, for so long, I have allowed people to say, to do, and allow me to be taken advantage of for various things because it was just easier. It was easier to deal with it. But now, people, when you set them and you haven't had very many boundaries in your life and you finally set them and speak on them, that's when they start having a problem. Because they ain't used to that. It ruffles their feathers because they have no more control over you. Oh, Slick, really? Gracie, I love that. So I know my moderators are having a hard time because I told them to leave the trolls alone today. I told them to leave the trolls alone today. Let's love one another. Let's let them say the things they want to say to show that I don't have to always talk to them. I did 4 miles today. I've been doing 5 to 6, and so I'm tired. Let them come in. Let's all grace in their presence. Let's include them in these conversations. Let's love on them. Let's give them a pat on the back, a big kiss, a big hug, because I think they need it. Obviously. And so a lot of people say too, it's these people that are hurting. You should love them back. Dan's like, why would you engage? They're obviously hurting people, blah, blah, blah. No, I have now set boundaries in my life. If I don't like your vibe, right? If I don't feel comfortable in a situation, I'm no longer going to put myself in that situation. I'm not going to do it. That's boundaries. Why should I go sit in a room full of people that really don't give two shits about me? That don't care if I come and go? I'm not going to do it anymore. People don't like that. People don't like when you stand your ground. And I'm 50, and I just don't care anymore. I'm going to do me. I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's friends that I used to know. The writing's always on the wall, right? The writing's always on the wall. You get what you give. Or sometimes you give, but you still don't get back. I was a giver. And now I've just checked a lot of things off my list. I'm done doing things for people to make them feel better. Because at the end of the day, they don't appreciate it. They don't see the sacrifices again that I'm making for them. So I took matters in my own hand. No, I will not go. No, maybe I'll go to the casino on Sunday, and spend a couple hours to myself with nobody. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm fed up, Jade. I'm fed up. I'm sleepless in Elk Grove. And hormonal and tired. So today I think we're going out to lunch with, this is how absent-minded my head is. I'm struggling here with sleep. And somebody was asking me about what time I was getting into Vegas, and I had booked this flight, right? And then I realized, fuck, that's PM, not AM. So I had to go back and change my flight and, of course, pay more money, but shit. Denise, that's me. kind of codependency, right? A little bit, in certain situations. Thanks, Them Davis. It is what it is. What if a man hit on you? I mean, it doesn't have to be a casino that a man hits on someone. Men are sexual beings. They are going to always hit on somebody, especially women when they're alone. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm nice to people, but I don't know what that means. Oh, hey, hold on a second. God, you were like stealth. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Check the glass.
Yeah, so I'll show you. This sprinkler. So there's a valve in here. The furthest valve to the house. That's just a little leak, but I saw it, so we might as well fix it.
And we got that one squared away in the back.
Yeah, I did it. And it was,
I felt horrible.
but that's okay. Luckily, I was just like, oh no.
Touch it.
Yeah, and then it just didn't stick. And that's okay, it needed to be replaced. That was bad. And then when I looked out here and this was dry, because all the water comes in there.
Right.
That one's a slow leak, but I saw it, so I said, I'd rather
I
not
think
fix
it was
it.
leaking last time I was here, because there was water in the box last
Yeah.
time I was here too, so.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
awesome.
drain it, and then just take a look at it and see if I can.
Okay,
fix it.
perfect, awesome, thanks.
Sorry, you guys. So anyhow, I have my work is never done. Because he always laughs because he's like, God, you're so involved. I said, well, somebody has to be. Somebody has to be. I mean, this property, like I told Dan too last night, I said, it's the hardest thing because you assume, right, that I love doing it. It's not that I love doing it. It's that I have to keep on top of it. And if I don't keep on top of it, then I get so overwhelmed and so inundated with things that I have to do. I like my house to look a certain way, kill me, shoot me. And so when you are on 2 acres, right, you have to stay on top of everything. You have to do a little bit every day. I'm literally busy, from morning, right? I start in the morning doing things that, whatever. And then I'm making phone calls, starting emails, switching laundry. And then I come out here and then I go in the back, putz around out there, play with the balls, clean up shit, get in the pool, swim a little bit, rejuvenate myself. And then, I've got to start the day. Yesterday I went out, I weeded, I sprayed the weeds. It's constant. It's constant. So anyhow, Amy, how do I say this without giving too much information? We had to let B go. We had to let B go. I'll tell it because, I know my moderators feel uncomfortable. There were some things that I wasn't happy with. Primarily a second, she was just not doing things appropriately. And again, setting boundaries is crucially important. And there you have it. Mm-hmm. Hello from Russia. How are you? Did I struggle with my relationship with Ed? My relationship with Ed and my mom were very complicating. It was a very complicated relationship, and I don't give much detail on it because we show a certain side of Ed that we want to keep. It's helped this phase of the end of his life has healed me in probably a lot of ways that I wouldn't have had otherwise. And so that's where we're at. Right, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So basically, Sarah, me and Dan. Me and Dan. That's what we got. We got me and Dan. And that's just the way it is. So, thanks for sharing. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Kalinda, it is what it is. I mean, again, I have my moments, right? I have my moments. I get up, I do my thing. I just kind of have a moment and then I keep moving on my day. That's what I do. This is what you see when I talk to you, is my little bit of a spurt of the day, my first spurt of the day. So whatever has been bugging me, whatever has been accumulating over the evening time, festers, and then it comes out. And then, I might have more moments throughout the course of the day, right? And then I let them out, do what I got to do to get through to them with them. And then I continue on my way. It's just kind of, I think, you'll be in Vegas on the 4th. It's just what I do. That's my mechanism for how I cope with shit. So I've been self-trained. I've been self-trained. For me, I love it. D. Shazer, we talked about this the other day. I'm going to go get a Red Bull that so many people love when I drink. I have not had any caffeine today, people, so leave me alone.
You know, I'm fortunate, you know, I tell you guys this every day. I'm very fortunate that I have this outlet, you know, because it helps me so much. It helps me so much in my day-to-day jaunt. Just being able to vent, you know, being able to just discuss and let things out. It's cathartic, very cathartic in so many different ways for me. Oh, thanks, Joyful. So, yeah, Palazzo. You aren't, I mean, everybody knows. I asked for somebody to come in for a couple days a week, 4 hours a day, whatever, to sit or whatever, sit with him. Just keep him occupied, you know, so Dan can have his time and not get interrupted. I can do what I want and not get interrupted and feel like I have to come in and stop what I'm doing, you know, and break up what I'm doing. It's been there. I've done it. I've asked. I've begged. I've said, we need this, you know. I've cried for help. So it is what it is. I cried again last night. I said, well, I got to do this. I mean, I can't keep, just to have 4 hours when I know somebody else, even if I'm home and I'm out in the yard, or, you know, I don't have the pressure to have to go and check on him every 2 seconds, you know, see what he's doing. Yeah, it would be wonderful. No, we're not. I mean, we're strong, but we're not. You know what I mean? Like, as humans, it's impossible to always, you know, have the best. You know, we're not always strong, and especially those of us who put a lot on our shoulders. You know, we worry about so many other people other than ourselves. Does Ed read? No. Oh, Kathy, I'm not going to get into that. It's not that I can't find help. I'm not going to get into that. I have time. I mean, yeah, I'm going to lunch with my daughters today. Yeah. I mean, you get time, but is it enough? No. I understand what you're saying. Jesus, 9 foster children. Jeez. I couldn't do that. I'm too selfish for that. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? So yeah, I'm going, and then I wasn't going to go. I was like, Blue has a vet appointment today. And then Hannah goes, no, you can go. Andrew could take her, or Dad can take her, and Andrew can sit with Grandpa. But that's what I always think. Like, I got to do it. Oh, look, my nails match my hat. Oh, thanks, Beth. And here, make me feel so bad for her. I know, George, you said that the other day. It's a tough journey. I mean, you know, oh, it does. Hey, matchy. Anyhow, you're welcome, T. Yeah, you know, Jolene, there is no way in hell he could go to adult daycare. Could you imagine putting him in adult daycare when he's constantly asking about his kids? I could never. It would just not work for him. He would scream.
It appears to be dripping from the solenoid, so I'm just going to rebuild it.
Okay.
If it was a cut and glue job, I wouldn't have been able to do that
Okay.
for you today if I'd seen that it was leaking from
Yeah.
underneath it somewhere.
Okay.
But it appears it's right
Right
where
there.
the solenoid, you know, screws
Okay.
in. It might have been over tightened or something, or they
Just-
can get finicky with age.
I've
you know.
never done anything in there since I've been here, so.
It was hand tight.
Oh.
Sometimes they should be able to, you know, turn them.
Oh.
Sometimes they have a little top thing, you know, on too.
Yeah.
So
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna rebuild it for
All right, awesome. Thanks. Yeah, no, he couldn't do it. You know, it's not as easy. You know, people come in, it's like, oh, adult daycare centers. Like, we haven't known about those or something. He's so mobile and that makes it harder. He passed. Oh, Jacinta, I'm so sorry. Hello, Callum. Yeah, God, it's horrible. George, I'm happy. I'm happy that that's helped you understand probably her struggles and it's hard. She probably cries a lot. Yeah, yes, everything we pretty much, somebody said the other day, which was really smart too, they're very few and far between at this point that I have pointers that it's like, oh, why didn't I think about that? So, a good thing somebody said the other day was when he thinks he's hungry and he's not. Instead of giving him food, give him popsicles. Popsicles are quick, easy, and it makes him think. And I was like, God, that's a good idea because you can get the low calorie kind. And hi, Froggy. And so, and I thought, oh, that would be easy. That was a good distraction because, everybody in the comments is like, well, why didn't you redirect him? How do you know I didn't? Yeah, I just didn't film it. And so sometimes when he's on that cycle, it's not like redirection works that well. But a popsicle probably would have worked in that moment without so much in between, right? So that was a great suggestion. But I haven't had something like that in a long time. The other thing that was a great suggestion was what we started doing 2 years ago is putting, hey, Aka, what the hell, bruh? Was putting his pills in the shot glass, because he was dropping shit everywhere and then I would worry about the dogs. And so that was a great suggestion. Everything in between, we tried, right? It's been 3 years. So that way we tried, but those are the only ones that have us, right? The popsicle thing is a great idea. Problem is, who eats the popsicles? Leslie, you can delete the religious shit. We don't have to have that around. That just bugs me. Who eats the popsicles? It's Dan. So then it's like this battle of it's difficult. Yeah. So yeah, Kim, but that stopped. I got 2 weeks of matching socks and towels. And then he's like, I don't want to do this. That's your job. Remember, if it seems easy, it's not what you think it is. We've already tried it or whatever. I think everybody does in some way, Jill. I think there's a little bit of, I think my kids take me for granted too. I mean, I think everybody does because I wipe everybody's asses. I wipe everybody's asses because I enable them. I have for years. And so I think, sometimes when I get to this, he's redirecting you. He redirects you back to your crazy mind of, I think they do. And I mentioned that last night. I said, I enable everybody, and I have enabled everybody in this house because I do it and it's expected. Well, I don't expect you to. No, because I do it. So you wouldn't know nobody expects me to do the things I do. I just do it. So you don't have to think about it. But the minute I stop doing that shit, right? Everybody would expect me to do it because it wouldn't be done anymore and everybody be like, what the fuck, right? When you literally do things for people, right? Of course you don't expect it. Well, I don't need to have a perfect house. I don't need to have, clothes washed every day. I don't need to have a perfect manicured lawn. But I do. I like that. That's my semblance. That's my sanity, right? But you don't expect it because you don't have to expect it because I do it, right? Just like with Ed. I do the hard, monotonous shit with Ed. Dan takes him for a drive. he doesn't always want to take him for a drive, no, but he does it to get him out of the house, to give me a little break, a little breather. And, but I do the hard shit, I'm checking on him more than he does. I sit down, Ed, where are you going? It's this way. I'm that mom, right? Who is always trying to be on top of him, to see what he's doing and trying not to get in mischief and, do things where he could get hurt, where Dan kind of is more lackadaisical with it because, he's doing his own thing. I'm more exhausted with the day in, day out because I deal with that shit. So yeah, it's hard, it's hard. Well, it's been really hot, so no, he doesn't go for walks if it's too hot. Until I stop doing them. But here's the thing. Jen, and we've talked about this all the time. I do this stuff. A lot of this stuff I do is self-inflicted, right? It's self-inflicted. Because I like things a certain way. I can't help it. I need semblance in my house. I need semblance in my yard because I sit back and I think, God, it's so pretty. Like I love having, tranquility. And I can't have that when everything's at disarray. Like I say all the time, the first step of the day is make your fucking bed. Because I can't live. If you don't make your bed and start your day off, can't because Dan's always in it, but I make it after the live, I can't, my mind goes crazy. My mind goes crazy because I like routine. I like order. I'm organized, as much as I can be. Some of my drawers are not because I give up, but I like organization. It makes me feel at peace, So those are my things. Those are my expectations in myself and in my house, right? But you only have, because I have that same expectation. Oh, there's a hummingbird in here. Hi. Hi, baby. I don't have anything in here for you. Y'all, that bird literally came in and talked to me. It was a hummingbird. It literally sat and fluttered in front of my face and squeaked. Did you hear that? Literally just sat and talked to me. Came from this side of me to this side of me to this side of me to this side of me and then flew out. It's back. No, this is a different one. Was it gonna peck me? Hi. Why are you guys in here? Oh my God, you guys. Hi. No, I don't have a feeder. But they like my pomegranate trees out there. That's never happened. You guys, that's never happened. I've never had a hummingbird in my garage. I don't know if it was the same one. But there's hummingbirds always in my pomegranate trees. So, I don't know. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. And it was just like looking at me. I was like... am I gonna get dive bombed? It was a hummingbird. Oh shit. That's crazy. So my aunt, and the reason why that was cool, and I'm gonna tell you, my aunt has my aunt feeds hummingbirds in her property in Nashville. So she has one out, and she's like, if I were to get a tattoo, about your mom, I would do a hummingbird. Because she goes, every time I swear it's the same one, and it comes and says hi to me every window at the window before it goes and feeds. Literally will sit and talk to her, and then we'll leave. She goes, "That's your mom." I know it's your mom. That's your mom. She comes and says hi to me. So that was why I kind of like, caught me dead in my tracks, because that's what I thought when the bird, and then it came back again. I was like, what the hell is happening? Hello, Ma? I got chills and tears in my eyes, because that was just the weirdest thing. And that's what I think about. I think about my aunt who said that. She's like, I always see the hummingbird, and it reminds me, it makes me think of your mom. So anyhow, welcome to my life. I was asking, but I needed her to come in my dream and lecture me about life. And to tell me that, bitch, get your shit together, pull your big girl panties up, and get to getting. Because the only person I have told you need to do is take care of yourself. Don't worry about anybody else. Fucking get going, take care of you, and fuck everybody else. It was a spiritual moment. So, yeah, I don't know, you guys. I'm just a young lad. No, I'm just more than halfway through my life. Just probably been an interesting. I've never dealt with these types of emotions that I've had in this last 8-9 months. Has been, really the pivotal moment in my perimenopause journey. Trying to figure out medication to help me and not feel so. And like Dan said, he goes, the only time you actually sit down is when you have alcohol. So that's the only time you actually relax. And I don't. If I don't drink, like last night I had 1 beer. The night before I had 1.5, it's not like, I go in my spurts where I drink more, or I'll have a bottle or whatever, but then I just have one with dinner or something like that. Because I like the taste. It just gives me enough of a come down, because I'm always going, oh, Jen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's tough. Losing your mama, not having your mama is a tough thing. Hi Mary, thank you. So, I'm not stopping. I'm still going. I'm tired. I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I'm overwhelmed, but this girl keeps trucking. That's one thing I do. Hi Will, thank you. Anyhow, I'm gonna leave because I know I'm gonna have to walk my guy around in a little bit and get some work done, and then I'm gonna go out to lunch with the girls. Andrew's like, well, what about me? Well, sorry, bro. You have to stay home and watch Grandpa. Oh, God. But what was he doing up at 5 o'clock in the morning is what I want to know. Did he not sleep? This guy. Anyhow. Y'all, somebody asked if I'm going to have a member live tonight. My YouTube live. You guys let me know about that account, because I tried to type it in last night. I couldn't find it because I want to report them. Try to report them as much as you can if you've seen the account that's not me. Because I can't find it. So maybe they blocked me. They probably blocked me or something, because I can't see it. So I didn't think about that last night when I was going crazy. So have a good day. Remember, it's okay to not be okay. Remember, you are important, you are worthy, and you matter, and your feelings are just that, yours. I hate it when somebody tells me that that's not the way I was feeling. Bruh. Don't tell me how I'm feeling. I'm telling you how I was feeling. That's not for you to correct me on what I was really feeling. You know what I mean? I don't know. I need to see how I am for my member live today. Right now, I would say no, because mentally I'm not there. But things can change, right? Things can change. Things can change. I'm just going to leave it at that. Rita, you can watch them. Oh, you just won't be able to watch the member ones, but you can watch all my lives they record. So you guys remember, it's okay. Your feelings are valid whether or not somebody agrees with you or not. And remember, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to be conflicted because we're still doing this shit because we love them. But it's still daunting. It's still overwhelming. And some days you just want to bang your head against a brick wall. But anyway, have a great day. If I don't see you, I'll see you tomorrow. You know, try to unwind. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go dip in the pool, I think, and try to just come up for air a little bit. Anyhow, love you guys.